This is the 14th part in my project to recreate Kings Island in Parkitect. In this video, I focus my attention on finishing the rides, buildings, and decorations in Planet Snoopy. The first order of business is recreating the gift shop inside Planet Snoopy. This building is called Snoopy Boutique and has Planet Snoopy themed and Kings Island themed merchandise. Right here, I'm trying to recreate the Planet Snoopy Grill. This is a quick service restaurant that sells American food. It's basically just your typical theme park food. Now, one thing that makes this part of the project difficult is the colors of Planet Snoopy. All of these buildings have bright, vibrant, and wacky colors. For example, the Planet Snoopy Grill has yellow walls, a blue front, and a purple roof. These are really weird colors in my opinion. It looks a little odd, especially in the Parkitect recreation, but trust me, it looks just as odd in real life. Honestly, this entire area just has a really bizarre color scheme. The next building is the building that serves the famous blue Kings Island ice cream. This building also has a really strange color scheme. It has a purple front, yellow interiors, and blue walls extruding from the building. Honestly, I don't think there's anything too special about this ice cream, but I don't really think there's such thing as bad ice cream. Next is the Kings Island Chick-fil-A restaurant. Honestly, I never realized how big this building was until I looked at it from satellite view in Google Earth. It's really quite a large building. It just has a small shop front, and it gave me the impression that the rest of the building was that size. At this point, I took a break from recreating the buildings and went to recreate the rides. The first ride of which is known as Linus Launcher. This ride is a Zamperla kite flyer, and it opened in 2006. This building right here is just a small snack building that sells popcorn and soft drinks. The next ride I'm recreating is Woodstock Gliders. In real life, this ride is a Larson Flying Scooters model. However, Parkitect doesn't have this model of ride, so I'm using a modded ride model that looks similar, but it's not perfect. It still has a circular shape, and the vehicles look similar too, but it's not exactly 100% accurate. In real life, this ride opened in 2015, and it replaced Snoopy's Splash Dance. The next ride is Snoopy vs. Red Baron. This is just a simple Zamperla Kitty ride. In real life, it opened in 1992. Once again, I'm using mods in this recreation, and in this ride, to get a model that looks somewhat accurate to its real-life counterpart. The next ride is Kite Eating Tree. This ride was formerly known as Plankton's Plunge, back when Paramount owned Kings Island. I couldn't find a kitty drop tower, so I'm just using an S&S drop tower model. In real life, this ride is a Zamperla Jumping Star. It stands at 20 feet tall, and it opened in 2006. I also placed Sally's Seaplane and Snoopy's Space Buggies, which are also the Zamperla Kitty rides. Right here, I'm trying to recreate Peanuts 500. This ride is sort of an antique car ride for children. It has electric cars, but they're small and child-sized. This ride was formerly known as Fender Bender 500, and then later known as Nick Jr. Cruisers when Paramount owned Kings Island. It opened all the way back in 1982, and was manufactured by Venture Ride Manufacturing of Greer, South Carolina. The next ride is Snoopy's Junction. This is also a kiddie antique car style ride, but with trains instead of cars. In real life, this ride opened in 1982 and was manufactured by Mock Rides. It has a track length of 467 feet and has a top speed of 1.2 miles per hour. I know, impressive, right? The next two buildings I'm making are simply booths for carnival-style games. If you've ever been in Planet Snoopy, you know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, think about the ones in Coney Mall, or the ones in the Midway in Cedar Point. The next building I'm making is the restroom building, located in between Rivertown and Planet Snoopy. This is the one close to Diamondback and Mystic Tempers. Right here, I'm just adding paths and umbrellas around the ice cream shop and Chick-fil-A. In real life, there's benches here, and there's a path that cuts behind the ice cream shop. The next building is the Family Care Center by Fisher Homes. In real life, this is a sponsored building by Fisher Homes, which provides a safe, private place for families and young children. The next building is the Kings Island First Aid Building. Until I looked at satellite images from Google Earth, I never quite realized how large this building really was. The next ride is Charlie Brown's Wind Up. This is a Zamperla kiddie swing ride, and it was formerly known as Backyardigans Swing Along when Paramount owned Kings Island. This ride opened in 1992. Now I'm just adding some fences and some finishing touches to Planet Snoopy, but for the most part, this area is now complete, and now I get to move on to bigger and more exciting parts of the project. If you'd like to watch more parts of this project, there's a playlist in the description. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.